Hello everyone and welcome to our latest project, or we call it our latest iconic landmark. It's his beautiful home built in 1914, situated in Sydney's eastern suburbs. The design scope was basically to renovate an existing two-storey home. We added another level and then we took out the existing rock and built this beautiful cabana where we're sitting today, with a pool and a garage below. What I think galvanised this project together was the really beautiful working relationship between myself, the architect, the designer, the engineer and the owner. And I guess those elements are pretty much the most important elements into building an iconic landmark like this home. This wall was actually cut from the original mountain and it's all detailed with a scotch chisel and hammer, just like this. Basically that's what our stonemason Giovanni used for about, I think it took him about 4 weeks just to carve out this wall alone. There was 2,500 tonnes of rock excavated from this site alone. Most of it was actually done by hand originally. What we did just above this mountain, we created like a little platform. I had boys actually abseiling with jackhammers. And what we did, we actually created a 3 by 3 metre platform, and which then allowed us to crane a 3-tonne machine, which opened up the excavation area, which then allowed us to crane a 12-tonne machine. And then with the conjunction of the 3 and 12-tonne, we basically carved out this entire mountain. But what was really tricky is that a lot of the walls were actually used as phase walls, you can see behind us. Like this curve had to be in the exact location, and this wall here acts as your entry area, which had to be again in the exact location, because that actually was then chiseled out by our stonemasons, which gives actually the feature of the entire house. One of the major or unique challenges on this project was actually this lift shaft. The lift actually goes straight through the rock from ground level up to the top, and as you can see, you can actually watch the mechanisms in action while people are going up and down the lift. That's 22 metres above street level. I mean, that was, as you can see, pretty extraordinary bit of engineering and I guess building work. And that is probably the most important feature, and probably the most important feature to the new house. Actually 3 points. You've got the entry area, you've got the cabana, and it takes you all the way up to the house. The beauty about this is actually you can actually feel and see the rock as you enter from the entry area up to the house. The construction of the existing house was really difficult. The biggest problem was the fact that we couldn't get a crane up there. Just about everything had to be pulled up or carried up by hand. It required an extensive amount of restoration and renovation. It was suffering from a lot of water rot, dry rot, white ant damage. It required a little bit of underpinning, really detailed, precious restoration works. It was a very fragile home more than anything else, and the home is actually 99 years old today. Next year, as you know, will be its 100th anniversary, so we really had to appreciate the house, really respect the house. What we did is actually a beautiful ground floor restoration, which included removing a lot of the old timber and the walls and the fragile chimney. We actually renovated the first floor and actually went up with another level, which created now the house actually a 5-bedroom, 3-bathroom home. A lot of the arches, a lot of the lintel bars, a lot of the stucco render had to be restored to its original beauty. We used a lot of recycled timber, we used a lot of recycled roof tiles as well, just to keep the house in its original state. And I guess one of our biggest honours with this house, we won many awards. We've won New South Wales Renovation of the Year, the Australian Renovation of the Year. But I guess my biggest honour was actually the house was included on the Historic Houses Tour, which to me is just the most amazing honour of my short career.
In my opinion, I think the architects, in conjunction with the designers, have actually done a fantastic job in tying the old and the new. We've got this beautiful new modern building in its own elements, in the fact that you've got this beautiful sandstone. It's still here. I mean, it hasn't been touched. It's raw. You actually feel the organic structure of the house. And then we have the old house, and again, you can feel the old beauty of the whole house has been restored. It's not tacky, it's not fake, you just really feel the beauty of the original house. And I guess the key to a really good renovation is when people cannot tell it's a renovation, it looks like it's always been here. I guess that's really is the trick to really good construction and clever construction. And again, it comes down to that beautiful conjunction between the architects, who were actually Collins and Turner for this part of the house, for the new, and we had Donald Campbell, who actually designed and helped us with the renovation of the existing house. And again, it was just a beautiful conjunction between both architect and designer, a lot of respect for one another. And I guess that's what it's about. It's respecting each other's ideas, respecting each other's values, respecting each other's opinions, respecting each other's work. Overall, I can say I'm actually truly proud of the efforts involved from all the boys of Mardini Constructions. It was really a pleasure to work on a house like this. I mean, homes like this rarely ever come up, and to actually pull it off against all odds. And we all know that when we get through that stage of a project, when we're about the 70%, we all get tired, we all get lethargic, and we really got to push our bodies to another level, because we can see the finish line, but it's very difficult to get there. And in particular on a house like this, where a lot of it was done by hand, a lot of it was walking up those side stairs. And on average, we walked about 2,000 steps a day. I mean, again, that's what makes me so proud that my boys actually pulled through at the end. They kept the determination, that willpower, and I guess that's what it's all about, the team effort. And what really makes me proud, I know the owners really enjoy the house.